What's up, Namikaze clan? It's the legendary leader himself, your boy, Kato Namikaze. And today, as the thumbnail and title suggests, we are here with What If John Had Control. This is called a revised for a reason, everyone, because as y'all know, I made a what if, which was actually my first what if, which was what if John was still or a better king in the Boston High School. I'm gonna be doing that, but of course shortening the title since considering that the shit was long. And yeah, hopefully you guys like the video and let's start this. So, play my shit! So let's get into a bit of background information. So as said, for this story to occur, John would have to get his ability earlier. Now listen to my reason. I feel as if John started to act up because this was a surge of power he didn't have before. It's like the one moment you can't pull a combo in a game, but once you attain the ability to pull it off that combo, you decide to spam it and go out of control with it, and make it stronger by any means. This is the general idea for John and his ability. Since he was powerless so long, once he got his power up, he couldn't contain it and decided to get stronger and get revenge, but soon wanted more. But by making John get his ability at a younger age, that means his father William can control his point of view on powers and how it should be handled, mainly showing how those that lose themselves to power become the worst in the world, and those who didn't give in can become known as amazing legends. John would take this to heart and will always do what is right in his heart, but make sure not to get full of himself. Now John is 14, attending high school in Boston. Already on his first day, he analyzed so many horrible things. Number 1, the teachers aren't even standing up for the students and are actually laying on their asses. Number 2, the students that can be considered low level are being bullied like crazy, mainly being ganged up and beaten to a pulp. And number 3, all of the bullies are mid-tier and elite tiers. John honestly sighs, knowing that he has a lot of work ahead of himself. So begins John's journey in fixing the school. First, he easily defeats the whole hierarchy in the school and stands himself as the king. This mainly being how John would be much more stronger because he wouldn't have been training his powers, but instead would have been training his body to keep up. Now, as the king of New Boston High School, he begins scouting for strong and trustworthy people to help him build a new system. The first person on his list is actually a girl named Claire. Claire. She is known to defend and help other low tiers, though she may not be that strong, but that can be fixed another time. She would be good to have as a secretary or right hand. The second person on his list goes by the name of Arya. The ability level is pretty good, being a solid 5.5, as her ability is actually to allow her to strengthen her body for quick bursts. It's named Burst Shock. She can be known as the queen of the school. As for the third person, which shall be the Jack, he is named Xander, and his ability allows him to see everything in the world move in slow motion, and also allows his body to react in accordance depending on the situation. So basically he has bootlegged Sharingan, and the name of his ability is Hyper Focus, and his ability level is a decent 4.7. Lastly, the healer named Victor. He can heal even deep wounds due to his ability level being 6.5, and they call his ability Eternal. Once he gathered all of the said people and did the proper paperwork and everything to assign them to these positions, he wanted to do one last thing. He told them the same thing his father once told him as a child, and told him this philosophy that the school needs. Everyone except Xander agrees with this, and when being asked why he didn't agree, he gave an answer that made everyone facepalm. He said that it was too much work. Now this is where they proceed to converse with the principal and put some new ground rules. Number 1, if teachers see a student getting bullied or mistreated in any way, they must report to the royal stand, which this is what John is calling his team. Number 2, John would like to open up an after school dedicated to teaching teaching and training low-tier students in hand-to-hand combat and how to use their abilities more efficiently. Number 3, that they will be given the right to start a patrolling program for the school with other students. And lastly, they'll be given 1 week off after doing the work of all these actions to then train and become beacons for the school. The principal was astonished and all around flabbergasted, but he did trust them mainly because he trusted John due to him actually seeing progress. And John made a lot of progress as the king, even though it's only been a week. So yeah, the principal trusts John. John and his group, the Royal Stand, began their job with a hellish time, taking a whole school year to do it, but they finally were able to complete everything on their list. They got rid of all the incompetent teachers that never even followed protocol. Then they began beating down or giving Saturday detention to kids that caused big trouble in school. Lastly, John personally was able to open up his program and taught many kids self-defense. And once the year ended, he along with the people he taught became unimaginably strong. John, during the age of 15 to be his sophomore year, not only became the youngest king, but he became known as the Shadow King. His ability level reached a level of 8.4 from 7.35. The queen of the school, Arya, had reached an ability level of 6.8 from 5.5. The Jack, known as Xander, had reached an ability level of 5.9 from 4.7. And the healer got a little bit stronger from his former 6.5. He had now reached a level of 7. But the year they'll come back to will be intense because they're going to start participating in turf wars. But we'll cover that in the next part of What If John Had Control. Alright, now, only if y'all hit the like goal. What is the like goal, might you guys ask? It's a simple little 10 likes, what I usually start with. And this is just to make sure the series would be interesting to others and be worth continuing. Now, before I leave you guys, I just want to say, once again, like the video, subscribe, comment down below any suggestions or critique or even support. I definitely need the support, you know what I'm saying? And lastly, if you're watching the video and you haven't subscribed and you even like the video, bro, what are you doing? Subscribe, bro, what are you doing?
If you found the one, you should never give her up. I think it's the way life changes when in love, yeah. I surround my soul with the positivity.